here we are with the most recent E30. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day in November. Got to make the most of the weather whilst it's here. So I've decided to have a look and see what's going on with these drive shafts. This looks like a 5-stud drum that's been re-drilled to 4-stud, I'm guessing. I'll have to match up and see another one. Yeah, so that's the old drum with the disc that was on it. It's been machined down, and I think this might be a Wilwood disc. It's just a bit of surface rust on because it's been sitting in the garden, and we have had a bit of rain. So, going to investigate more. This is all. I've undone it all. I do like the Wilwood brakes. I have them on my car. I don't know if they're the same calipers as those. I'll have to check out the piston size. Right, normally on E30 you get a threaded spline that comes out the ends with a nut on it. Excuse me. These are E12 hubs, I think, which obviously were 5-stud, and they've been re-drilled to fit the 4-studs. I tend to use 5-studs. No, that one's a 5-stud. So what the idea is, these shafts, I think they're Cosworth CVs. I don't really know much about these, but apparently they are very expensive and very strong. So you can see how tight it is between the shock and the CV, and if I can get underneath there. The actual pickup point for the shock has been moved. That's the original one. So it's actually been moved quite a bit further back to get some clearance for the CV. So to use these drive shafts, you need to get E36 M3 output flanges from the diff. So they will connect to these larger CV joints. I don't know what shaft that's off, or what it is, or where it came from. But apparently these CVs are very cheap to replace. I think they're £25 each. So the idea is, if you've got big power and you're worried, you just change them every couple of years, or depending on how many rallies you've done and how much abuse they've had. I was under the impression I wouldn't be able to use the drum brake setup, but it seems to work all right on this. The difference is I'll be using, on my car I've got E36 rear arms to make it 5-stud. These are E30 rear arms, and I believe the bearing size is different. So what I really need to do is get the drive shaft off, unbolt this hub. There's a bolt in here, so I can pull that out and measure, because I don't think I'll be able to. Oh, I might be able to measure without pulling it out. I might get something in there. If I measure it and it's the same size, no, it should work. It should work. I'll have to measure and find out. It's just working out what's what. The car at the moment, I've taken the seats out of it, but it's all in one piece. So I'm reluctant to start taking bits out because it's in a bit of an awkward place. It's outside. Once I take this off, I can't move it. I can always stick that car. That still works. It's all together. I can stick that in the other garage now. That I've sold the red car, by the way. That's gone. Very sad, because I did like that car. So my idea now, I wasn't sure what to do with this car, is I'm going to put another. At the moment, it's got the Cosworth engine in it. So I'll be taking that out as I've sold it, and it's got a sequential box as well. And down the side of the car, can't really see it now, I've got an M44. I've actually got a M50, a 328 as well. So I've got the 5 Series sump. So I can put the 3 to 8 in here. I'm not sure, really don't know, but I don't really want to start stripping it and make it so it can't move. But I am intrigued as to how all this goes together and if it will fit on my car. So if I just take the shaft off, I know what'll happen though. I'll take the shaft and next thing the hub will be off, and before we know it. So let's have a bit more investigating and see what I find. Right, a little bit more investigation. The diameter of the wheel locator on the E30 is a lot narrower than on the E36, a lot narrower. So this drum has got to be an E30 drum because it fits onto the locator. This is just the E36 hub from the compact, and this is a spare bearing from the E36 compact. This is an E12 output shaft. So this, in theory, should fit where this one is. I think these are Ireland engineering. They're especially made to make them 4-stud. And obviously the smaller diameter in the middle. So if I take that out, put that in, that bearing fits on this shaft, and it also fits in the compact. So in theory, that should all fit, and I should be able to use my disc drum brakes from the compact arm, I'm guessing. I don't see why it shouldn't work. That all seems to add up. Fingers crossed. I'll have to take it apart and see.